to Wednesday's story time. We are going to read the middle part of The Enormous Crocodile. Let's see what that terrible, awful crocodile gets up to today. At last, the enormous crocodile came out of the other side of the jungle into the sunshine. He could see the town was not far away. Can you see he's still got the roly-poly bird's feathers in his teeth? Oh, he's so terrible. Ho, ho, he said, talking aloud to himself. Ha, ha, that walk through the jungle has made me hungrier than ever. One child isn't going to be nearly enough for me today. I won't be full up until I've eaten at least 3 juicy little children. He started to creep forward towards the town. The enormous crocodile crept over to a place where there were lots of coconut trees. He knew the children from the town often came here looking for coconuts. The trees were too tall for them to climb, but there was always some coconuts on the ground that had fallen down. The enormous crocodile quickly collected all the coconuts that were lying on the ground. He also gathered together several fallen branches. Now for clever trick number 1, he whispered to himself. It won't be long before I'm eating the first part of my lunch. He took all the coconut branches and held them between his teeth. He grasped the coconuts in his front paws and then he stood straight up on the air, balancing on his tail. He had arranged the branches and coconuts to make himself look just like a coconut tree. Soon, 2 children came along. They were a brother and sister. The boy was called Toto and his sister was called Mary. They walked around looking for fallen coconuts, but they couldn't find any because the enormous crocodile had already picked them all up. Oh, look, said Coco. That tree over there is much smaller than the others and it's full of coconuts. I think I could climb up that one quite easily if you help me up the first bit. Toto and Mary ran towards what they thought was a small coconut tree. The enormous crocodile peered through the branches, watching them as they came closer and closer. He licked his lips. Then he began to dribble a bit with excitement. Suddenly there was a tremendous whooshing noise. It was Humpy Rumpy, the hippopotamus. He came crashing and snorting out of the jungle. His head was low and he galloped at a terrific speed. Look out, Toto, shouted Humpy Rumpy. Look out, Mary. That's not a coconut tree. It's the enormous crocodile and he wants to eat you up. Humpy Rumpy charged straight at the enormous crocodile. He caught him with his giant head, sent him tumbling, skidding all over the ground. Ow! Cried the enormous crocodile. Help! Stop! Where am I? Toto and Mary ran back to town as fast as they could. But crocodiles are tough, and it is difficult for even a hippopotamus to hurt crocodiles. The enormous crocodile picked himself up and crept towards a place where the children's playground was. Now for clever trick number 2, he said to himself. This one is certain to work. There were no children in the playground at that moment. They were all in school. So the enormous crocodile found a large piece of wood and placed it in the middle of the playground. He lay across the piece of wood and tucked his feet up so he looked exactly like a seesaw. When school was over, the children all came running out to the playground. Oh, look, they cried, we've got a new seesaw. They crowded around and shouted with excitement. Bagsy, I go first. I'll get on the other end. No, I want to. So do I, they shouted. Then a girl who was older than the others said, it's a rather knobbly sort of seesaw, don't you think? Do you think it'd be safe to sit on? Of course it will, said the others. It looks as strong as any seesaw I've seen. The enormous crocodile opened one eye, just a teeny, tiny bit, and watched the children who were crowding around him. Soon, he thought, one of them is bound to sit on my head, then I will give a jerk and a snap. And after that, it would just be yum, yum, yum. At that moment, there was a flash of brown as something jumped into the playground and hopped on top of the swings. It was Mugglewump the monkey. Run, Mugglewump shouted to the children. All of you, run, run, run. That's not a seesaw, it's the enormous crocodile and he wants to eat you up. The children screamed and ran for their lives. Mugglewump disappeared back into the jungle and the enormous crocodile was left all alone in the playground. It's not going well, is it, for the enormous crocodile? He cursed the monkey and waddled back into the bushes to hide. I'm getting hungrier and hungrier and hungrier, he said. I shall have to eat at least 4 children now before I am full up. The enormous crocodile crept around the edge of town, taking great care not to be seen. He came to a place where they were getting ready to have a fair. There were slides and swings and dodgem cars and people selling popcorn and candy floss and a big roundabout. The roundabout had marvellous wooden creatures on it for the children to ride on. There were white horses and lions and tigers and mermaids with fishes' tails and fearsome dragons with red tongues sticking out of their mouths. Now for clever trick number 3, said the enormous crocodile, licking his lips. Can you lick your lips? When no one was looking, he crept up onto the roundabout and put himself between a lion and a fearsome dragon. He sat up a bit on his back legs and kept very, very still. He looked exactly like a wooden crocodile on the roundabout. All sorts of children came flocking to the fair. Several of them ran towards the roundabout. They were very excited. I'm going to ride on the dragon, cried one. I'm going to go on a lovely white horse, cried the other. I'm going to go on a lion, cried the third. And one little girl, whose name was Jill, said, I'm going to ride on that funny old wooden crocodile. The enormous crocodile kept very still, but he could see the little girl coming towards him. Yummy, 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 he thought. I'll gulp her up in one gollop. I wonder if he'll manage to get Jill or whether Jill will escape. Oh, you'll have to wait till Friday to find out when I'll read the final part of The Enormous Crocodile. See you then. Bye-bye.